Nahal. I am from California and I run Loop8. So I'm here to talk about what we've been building for the last couple of months and what we actually learned about it and what surprised us. So a lot of AI talk these days. A lot of businesses are trying to implement AI. And I mean, it sounds pretty obvious that AI should fit your business and not the other way around. But most often, the businesses and the customers that we have been working with, it's actually the other way around. They are trying to fit their processes into AI instead of AI fitting into their business workflows. So yeah, every company that we work with, and we are a services company, right? So every company that we were talking to, they've bought some sort of AI product in the last 12 months. It could be a support AI, sales AI, finance AI, you name it. And then they spent months changing their workflows to have that system work for them. It worked eventually, but AI got the easy part and the humans got the hard part because now they had to have like new training, new workflows, new tags, new fields, and so on. So we thought, what if it worked the other way? There was a lot of build versus buy conversations last year. So a lot of especially SMBs who didn't have the technical talent, they wanted to buy. It's a SaaS company, they're now introducing AI features. They're like, oh, let's just buy this and we go from there. But they realized a few months down the line that that feature actually needed them to change a lot of things. And especially around security. Now this AI had become this black box where they didn't know how it was coming to those decisions. None of those steps were traceable, no logs, and they couldn't enforce their compliance, which some of them are very regulated with. So we picked support as we started seeing these patterns, and the first thing we picked is support. Every business needs some sort of a support system. They have a support system that they run to support their customers, and the theme is universal, right? So we built a product, and how we come in as a services company is that the foundation layer is repeatable, right? Like we build the same AI workflows and the system that we have tested, validated, and implemented many, many times. But the top layer is customizable. So 20% of that is customized workflows which fit right into the business with their existing tools, with their existing sources. So if somebody bought an AI tool that has an AI feature set, whether it be Zendesk or ConnectWise, it has very limited AI feature set. They've only searched their tickets or so on. But this system, which has two parts really, the autonomous agent and the assistant. The autonomous agent, you could source a lot of, you could connect a lot of sources, your knowledge base and Confluence, your SharePoint, your Google Drive, and your BSA, your RMM and MSP, if you guys are familiar with those tools. And it will look up that history and it's configurable. So you tell it which source to prioritize. And then it will investigate the issue, it will fix the issue, and it will close the issue. And if that confidence level is low, it will pass on the task to the human, where the human pairs with the assistant. But now the human is starting at minute 30 instead of minute 0 because it has access to all the legwork that the autonomous agent had already done. This is probably the most, this is the slide that matters the most. When you're running, and many of the businesses didn't even know this, when they were using these AI tools provided by their SaaS or maybe a new AI feature, their data is actually crossing their boundary. Now their security teams had this big issue on how do they audit this thing? How do they still ensure compliance, right? But what we build, it actually never leaves your boundary. It's going to run in your own AWS account, your VPC, your IAM, your encryption keys that you have access to and nobody else, and your data stays in that system. And your security teams now can trace every step that this AI agent took. It has logs. It can enforce the same compliance that it does on on-prem workloads versus AWS, also the AWS workloads if they already have existing workloads in AWS. How does it work? Any typical source where the ticket arrives from, email support, Slack or even their existing PSA system, service task, event task, doesn't matter, right? The ticket comes in, the autonomous system is plugged into that system, it reads the knowledge base, it runs the diagnostics, and based on how it gets configured, whether to act autonomously or to pass it on to a human, it will either close the ticket or it will pass it on, and it will log every step and every decision that it took. What surprised us when we were talking to our design partners, which is in this case for MSPs, is 40% of their workloads, 40% of their tickets are actually the same. They are the lower tier tickets, password resets, mailbox changes, Office 365 changes, service restarts, and so on, which could really, they felt very comfortable for the autonomous agents to actually take on. But every business has a 40%, right? Like support has a 40%, finance has a 40%, sales have 40%, and lead enrichment, and so on. And the repetitive work is different, but the pattern is the same. So if you have a workflow that has a 40% that you know is automatable, and you feel like nobody's taking it on, we would love to talk to you. We started with support, and we have some design partners already, but we are looking at our next pattern, and most probably it's going to be finance ops, but we are always open to new ideas. We are a services company, but we're built a little bit differently. So we, like I said, the 80% of the actual foundation is the same, so that's our product. But the 20% on top of it, which is like customizable to your business, your company, your workflows, that's where the service part comes in. And we build it on systems you already trust and have the compliance. What we need from this room, really we're looking for, first of all, design partners. So if you're interested in collaborating, we need early collaborators in something like this, we'd love to speak with you. If you're an operator and you have a function where you have this workflow that you know is repeatable, but nobody is kind of taking it on right now, we'd love to talk to you. And we're also looking for introductions to other AWS partners, because we love to collaborate on such things. Infrastructure leaders or even